Welcome to another Beyond All Reason video. This is Jaws Munch here. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be doing a live playthrough of Beyond All Reason on All That Glitters, going through the canyon and just some of the thought processes that I use in the canyon. Recently there was an update to the canyon, making it so that there's now a geothermal plant here, which is quite interesting. It's really given the canyon a bit of a stronger start position than it used to have previously. Before the update, there was no canyon at all, and it made it so that when players ended up having the opposite area over here, it was much easier to push in and crush the canyon because they had a significant metal disadvantage. Looks like we have a lever, so that might end up actually being the oh nope, he ended up joining in. Very good. But anyway, so there's been a decent update here, and what this is going to do is it was a bit of a balancing area, so choosing the canyon position is not quite as tough. There also used to be a metal spot right in the center here, and that really created an issue where the canyon would have a severe disadvantage right in this area. It was very hard to hold this single metal position. So they moved the metal positions back now, so it's a lot easier to play the canyon, although we still haven't seen fully if the meta is going to be shifting in that way, to make it so that like even higher OS players are down here more frequently. We still have been seeing a lot of the higher OS on this side, which would be considered your strong side still. So that's kind of a bit of an update on the map. I think I've already made a couple videos about that, but yeah, just a quick little tidbit about this map being changed. I think they recently had an update for it not that long ago as well. Let's look at maps. Yeah, they had a couple changes to it. I don't know what those changes are yet. I haven't noticed anything different, but we need to keep our eye out to see what those changes could be. Because any changes to a famous map such as All That Glitters, you gotta know about it. You know, you have to get in there and find out what went on, because it's a very meta map. I like sometimes All That Glitters is one of the maps that seems to be the only map you can even find in the games at times anyway. So yeah, you got to keep your eyes out on what they do to it for sure. Give us a little bit more wind power here. I actually would like to get a single mine layer after we get this blitz out. A mine layer is going to be really nice here, especially with the geothermal plant. We can do quite a bit of sneaky damage and hold the front with a mine layer. So we're going to use some medium mines, and we're just going to do them right centered right there. We're going to only do a couple mines in like key areas for now, just so that we have a little bit of extra like resistance against any pushes that come in. And we don't really have a ton of energy or anything, and so I don't want to be wasting a lot of materials on mines, but it's just a good idea to give me a little bit of an extra advantage. Get me a chance to get my mexes up, and then we can end up going for that geothermal after we get this locked down 100%, which they're not pushing up on us, so that's great. Definitely helpful. We aren't seeing any harassment really either. Unfortunately down here or Spires. He's not doing quite as hot as we are. Got our mines laid. I'm gonna also, oops. I mean, we're fine. We got 2 down there. That's all we really need. I'm gonna shrink it up a bit just so we can fit a little bit more. I'm gonna also do a couple medium mines in some of these areas because I know these paths are pushed frequently. So if I have a couple mines here all game, I'm sure they're going to get blown up at some point. Looks like we might be up against Smokey, which is a bit lower OS than me. So that'll actually make my job quite easy, potentially. So if that's the case, I'm probably gonna just give up all of the, I'm not gonna try to push or anything. I'm just gonna try to scale. Go for the geothermal plant as quick as I can and get a little bit more energy consistency across the board. And I'm just gonna close off my factory for now because I like right now I don't feel the need to make units, which is kind of weird to say, but right now that's kind of what's happening. So I'm going to get 1 con and get maybe 1 bit of build power up, just because I don't want to be wasting too much energy and stuff while I'm waiting for this guy to finish. Because I want to get this little bit of metal up here and then come down and build a geothermal. That's gonna be the ticket. Assuming we don't have too much aggression there. After we get that con finished, I'm gonna go into a few energy converters because we don't want to be overflowing too much energy. I just gotta keep an eye, make sure these guys don't end up pushing in. He looks like he backed off. He is a 1 Chev, so he's pretty new to the game. I think we will take advantage of that and leave him completely alone. Bring our comm up to start working on this geothermal plant. Okay. So get our mine layer back up here. This is at the point where I want to get some heavier mines, I think, just in a path that is a common path. We'll start working on that. There's no reason not to, in my opinion. Common paths are a great option. Get our geothermal up. We're gonna have plenty of metal for that. And honestly, I'll just go straight into T2. We may as well. We got the energy, we got the metal. It's not gonna be slowing us down and need to go for it. And we'll end up sucking up the factory when we get the chance to. I'm gonna send this guy over to collect some of this metal up on the front because we have these secured. And since we have them secured, we might as well get the resources that they contain. We're gonna pull him back afterwards. Oh, we're so close. We just need a little bit of energy. Then we can get this up. Boom, perfect. Okay. Now we're gonna start scaling. And I actually want to share this before I want to share any extra energy from my geothermal before I start to convert it, because our whole team is low on energy right now. I'm gonna start working on sucking up the T1 factory. That's gonna give me the option to build this a little bit quicker. We want our T2 to come up quickly, quick as we can. Okay, our guy is still safe. We might need to send up some troops here to help out Pink with this. I don't know yet. Yeah, it looks like he's getting pushed on multiple fronts here. So we're gonna get some of our guys up here. Our mines should be a decent defense for now. We can harass these guys down pretty easily, I think. Boom, we got them down, and then we'll just pull back. Get our construction vehicle up here to get some of this metal. It's definitely going to be valuable. Oh, we got our T2 up. Enough for one T2 con as well. Get these mexes upgraded ASAP. Huge priority for us. And then we'll go straight into the geothermal upgrade. And then we're going to come down here and get all this metal. You love to see some new players, although we wish they had watched some videos before they start playing. But it is good to see new players on the battlefield. And thankfully we can defend them while they do their shenanigans. We want to be careful with our con here. We don't want to be taking unnecessary damage from him. And we're going to pull him down and work on a couple invisible mexes here at the front. There's no reason to do some big, some actual, like, you know, the normal mexes. They're just going to get shot down. An invisible mex, however, is going to be a fantastic addition. Our mine layer has finished. Can do... I mean, that mine isn't gonna hit the geothermal, which is good. I kind of want to do a bit more mine laying in the center here if I get the chance, so I'm gonna try for it. If I get away with it, I get away with it. Mine layers aren't that expensive, so it is worth the risk. I'm gonna try a couple more invisible mexes on the front. These invisible mexes are underused. They are so strong on the front line. You have no idea. They are a bit more expensive at 200 metal, but they hold there forever because no one knows they exist until they push. So very, very strong. And if someone does start to shoot them, they then will have the ability to stun. They have a EMP ability, which can be a huge, like, benefit to the rest of to the whole team, because you can stun the enemy as they push up on you, and then you can just shred them as they're stunned and they can't do anything about it. So definitely a valuable unit, underused in my opinion. A lot of people overlook the cloaked E1 mech. In fact, I myself have been plenty guilty of that in the past. Okay, we are cruising. I might try for another one here. I mean, I could definitely attempt it. It costs me nothing to attempt it, or it costs me a little. It looks like our poor constructor died on the front right here, unfortunately. We're scaling well, and it looks like I'm not that involved in the game, and it's true, I'm not. I'm taking a very relaxed position currently, and that could hinder the progress, but I think we'll be all right. I'm just having a good time. That's the main. We're gonna get a couple more mines out on the front here, making sure, of course, that the red circles never touch another mine, because that is their range of explosion. And if they touch if the red circles touch each other, that means GG. You have blown up your entire minefield with one trigger. Definitely not good. All right, we got plenty of build power here. We're gonna cancel these guys out. We just want to throw as much build power on our metal extractors as we can. These metal extractors are hugely valuable. I'm gonna keep overflowing energy to the team because we do have a little bit of energy stalling, because a lot of people have windmills. As a geothermal position for glitters, I think overflowing energy is just going to be so strong. it gives your team a bit of an advantage that they normally wouldn't have. So I can't argue against it. I might send, I don't know. I kind of want to come up here and try to get some of this metal, but it's a little bit risky, especially with hounds on the front. I might start with a couple lightning tanks and then go for a few Mausers. Just get like 5 lightning tanks out here and 5 Mausers. Bring the Mausers up to the front so that I can help with these guys a bit. That'll be huge. But I don't want to build too big of an army yet because we don't really have the extra resources to play that game. Not yet. We will eventually. Well, it looks like we got some attacks here. That's why we have these guys available. Oh boy, stunned and dead. Easy kills right here for us. Come in and mop these guys up. That was well worth the metal cost, let me tell you. No big deal for us. 1 single mech down, and I am very willing to go build it again. Where's one of our T1 cons? Get you back up here. We're gonna rebuild this boy. And then, of course, resurrect everything, or not resurrect, but reclaim all of it as well. And get out of there. Okay, we are overflowing. Well, we're not really overflowing. We're just trading off energy to our team. So we're gonna keep that going. I don't want to underestimate the power of that. I might build a couple mines for Pink. He seems like he's having a bit of problems. So giving him an opportunity to potentially fall back. Nah. We're gonna wait on that. I don't know if he will want that type of help that I am doing. Okay, our team is now in the stage where they are overflowing fully. They can't keep up with their energy conversion. So that will do a couple of things. That will mean that anyone who's trying to build a fusion reactor will be able to easily. Oh, people are right here. I need those rocket bots dead before I start building. Thankfully, our teammate is itching for battle. Itching for some aggression. So we're gonna give him a chance to use those T1 units to their full capacity. All right, now we got a very interesting thing here. We got some T2 economy, and we've got a lot of extra metal, a lot of extra materials. So we're gonna set up some basic defenses here. I don't want to go too crazy. I'm gonna get a couple T2 walls up across the front line here. That'll help against any marauder pushes. And after that, we're gonna be really cranking out units. I just want to make sure that we can cover ourselves against any harassment that we will be finding heading our way. These pulsars are very strong against T2 pushes and T3 pushes, so we definitely want them at the front. One thing also I might do is pull this guy out, and we're gonna do something I haven't really done before, but putting a couple T2 walls in front of our geothermal plant might increase its survivability a little bit. In fact, you could do this with your fusion reactors as well, making it a lot harder to kill them. Something to think about. We got our other con out here. I think we're ready to push in with some artillery pieces. We might end up wanting to start working on our bulldog, or our bulls. Not 100% sure yet. Done those guys. As long as they can hold them off with those EMP spiders, we'll be able to shell them. I'm gonna bring forward our couple of lightning tanks to help. But this guy's having a heyday right now. Absolutely fantastic. I'm gonna get a radar tower because it looks like we might not have any radar. A radar tower here is going to be a great idea. We've got our first pulsar up. That's a huge benefit to our defense. I'm gonna start working on the reclaim here. It's gonna be valuable to have a little bit of reclaim. They aren't gonna be able to push us. We have these Mausers. They're very, very effective. And then we also have a bunch of EMP spiders. That line of units, they're going nowhere. They're not gonna be able to survive. After I get this reclaim, I'm going to, looks like he is going for it. I'm gonna keep going for these cloakable mexes on the front. They are so valuable. It's very effective. Looks like they tried pushing in and found some mines to meet them. They probably were not too happy about that. Keep our front line nice and steady here. I'm just letting my economy scale. At this point, I probably should get get one more console out, at least. Are we holding okay? Yes, we are. One console. He's gonna start working on build power at the front. Or not at the front, but at our economy. That's going to be very handy. We can start killing these windmills. They're obviously garbage at this point. I'm just gonna hold this position. We got our cloakable mechs. I'm gonna call that good. And then pull my T1 con out of here. Oh, looks like we got some harassment here. We're gonna lose our con. Easily shred everything though. And I'm gonna pull my Mausers back. I think we've given Pink enough time to build what he wants to build, and we can just. Yeah, I'm gonna put the Mausers on hold fire. They're killing themselves too heavily. Don't really want to play that game. I'm gonna get a couple cons up here. This is gonna be strong because any damage that is taken will be an easy heal. And let's do some of these T2 walls that we were talking about as well. Those are going to be great for averting any harassment that might come our way. But unfortunately, that means they will probably funnel over here. So I'm gonna have to start cranking out. After I get our economy to where I want it to be, we're at the point where we can really start scaling it. So after we get our economy where I want it to be, then we're going to just start pushing out P3 units. It'll be fantastic. But for now, this is an excellent place for us to be. Holding very well. The canyon has fallen, it looks like, on the other side. Absolutely fantastic. They gotta be careful, that might end up dying. Yep, it does. Unfortunate, but that is one of the casualties of war. Continuing our scale. We're gonna start converting our energy ourselves. Let's get this APHIS up. Thankfully, our team has plenty of energy to also use their APHISes, or because of all the APHISes they have built. We need to focus on APHISes as much as we can. We probably have enough build power now. We have 0 metal. Can work on our conversion because our conversion rate is not quite high enough at the moment. And we're gonna suck up all of these windmills. For those who don't know, if you press E to do like a reclaim, and then you hold Shift Alt and then reclaim all of the windmills, they will all be reclaimed except for the last one that you clicked on. It's a little bit tricky and sometimes it's annoying, but you can get the hang of it. Oh guys, do not take damage there. Please be careful. Oh, this looks like an opportunity here. Oh, I did not realize the sumo was so EMP resistant. That is quite annoying. Actually, we're not gonna push on that. We're not gonna push on that. We'll just hold back and keep doing our business. Purple will scale fine on his own. We need not help him. As cruel and unusual unusual a punishment as that sounds, he will be okay. Look at these T3 coming out. It looks like we did not fully destroy the canyon. Quite an interesting feat we have there. We can get out a couple of these starlights, but as I have said, our main focus is going to be our economy still. What is going on here? We'll keep getting a couple pop-up turrets along here. Just for the sake of safety. We have a little bit of that metal to spare, so. And I'd say we're at the point where we can start bringing a couple consoles out and doing a little bit of metal cleanup if we get the chance to. We've got some marauders pushing in, and this is why we have the war where we have it. These mines absolutely destroying any dream the marauders had of a push. We're gonna replace those mines as well. Thankfully the Shiba was there. Shiba also was very significant in that fact. Gonna keep our commander up here. Oh, I would prefer to keep the mine layer. Yep, he is still alive. Do a couple more mines across right here. And we really just need that energy conversion. That's where we're struggling the most. Get these guys on high priority right now. That way this energy conversion happens quick. That's really what we're looking for. Because we are wasting so much potential right now. Our whole team is wasting energy, which essentially means they're wasting. But you guys can see how effective it is to wall off your line in the canyon. Those marauders, I almost guarantee, had a fight command of going this way. But instead, they chose this path because of these walls. Looks like we have a couple spiders coming in. I'm gonna pull my T2 constructor out. I don't really want to play too heavily with that. We are going to pull back and bring my commander over here and cloak him. These spiders have definitely seen a better day. We will wait for them to be visible and then get some beautiful D-guns off on them. we'll try to come in and get some of these resources as well. Not really sure if we're going to be able to do it. We are now getting very close to scaling to the fullest that we need. Still working on the build power required for it. Quite a long game. I actually am going to get a Juno up at this point. There seems to be quite a bit of tick spam, and those who don't know, I hate tick spam. So I'm going to destroy it with a single Juno shot. I think that'll be well worth my time. Oh, I don't really have very many units. I'm gonna get a couple Jaguar tanks out. They have that one lone. There we go. He's gone. Get our commander out here to get all these delicious resources. I'm actually gonna pull him back. Let a little bit of a less important unit take that job. The commander is too valuable to leave to chance. We're gonna get a couple T2 walls in front of our pulsars as well. That is a very valuable thing. That gives them like 3 times the hit points. Looks like we have a few missiles coming in to bombard our units, so we're not gonna play with that. We can't handle the bombardments over here, so we gotta fight them aggressively and make them pay. Easily bursting down these arbiters. And it looks like the bombers have blown up our entire base. Obviously a pain in the neck, but we're going to try to rebuild. I think the bombers may have just ended the game. It is very possible. But we aren't going to give up hope. We have plenty of energy still. It looks like maybe one of our... No, he's not a new player. He might just be new to air. That could be what happened. Do I have a T1 constructor? No, I do not. So we're gonna have to start from scratch completely. Obviously, quite an annoyance on my part. We have tons of metal, but man, it's gonna take a while to actually get this up. I'm gonna build my T2 constructor over here, I think, or our T2 factory. That way we can use some of this build power that we do have built up. This guy's making a solar farm over here. Well, unfortunately, this is going to take a long time for us to rebuild. But we will do it. And we'll build back bigger than ever. We got a decent amount of metal income as well, so that's one nice thing. Due to all of our energy that we have here. and get a couple more cons as well. Looks like they're trying to come in. Again, we're gonna want to shut these down. Do not want to play with the arbiters. Get those guys out of here. Make them pay for coming in. I could do a EMP here as well. That might be pretty nice since we have plenty of metal income still. I don't see a reason not to. I'm eventually gonna suck up this T2 lab again. I don't really need a bunch of T2 because we are in the T3 phase. We just need one more Aphis. After we get an Aphis, we'll be looking pretty good. And then we can go back into basic T3 setup as quick as we can. It looks like we have a bit of metal out here. I'm gonna try to come get it. Oh no, more air. That's what we knew was gonna be happening. Let's get some anti-air up. The shredders are doing great over on that side of things. They held that. That's an easy fix for them, thankfully. I just need a few shredders on my part. Actually, right now, our energy conversion might be a better option. We could go for energy conversion, because we seem to be overflowing on that a bit at this point. Just trying to keep things as consistent as we can. There we go. Now our energy conversion is doing fine. We'll go back to our fusion. Having this geothermal plant here is really a lifesaver for us. Our console's over here getting decent amount of value at the front. I might call that good though, to be honest. Get a couple of mexes, and then we'll pull back. There we go, we got our Aphis up again. So we are cruising. We got tons and tons of anti-air and artillery. Hopefully we don't run into any problems like we had last time, where we get absolutely dumpstered. Now we can get our T3 up. That might be a little bit overkill for now, but it's all right. We'll use it eventually. Oh, it looks like our guy is stuck here. We want to make a path so he can get out. Bring our comm back up to the front. We're gonna also suck up our T2 lab. We don't want it right there. We still want it, but we don't want it right in that location. I would have liked to be helping the team, but we are a little bit behind because we got bombed. So obviously that makes the game a little bit less entertaining, a little bit less fun, but it is what it is. They are definitely going to hold very well there. I'm going to get a couple Razorbacks out. We'll do 3 for now, and then we're going to go into Thor's. And after that, we are going to push the green. He should be easily collapsed. We've got more air coming up. I'm actually going to pull my shredders over, see if I can't help. No, actually, it looks like they're all taken down. So we are safe from that concern. Our first T3 is ready. Oh, these spiders are gonna die. Mammoths are quite strong. They're going to shred through them like butter. Poor spiders never stood a chance. I just got some inspiration to build a radar jammer right here. I think that might be decent. And then we can pull back. Also, we're at the point where we could set up a couple pinpointers, and that would not hurt us at all. I do want T2 factory out. I think I'll put it over on this corner here, kind of out of the way. I just did not want it to be in the way of our economy right here. After this battle ends and they end up getting rid of these couple mammoths, I am going to go for all this metal right there as well. I just want to wait until the fighting kind of stops a bit. Then we're going for pinpointers down here. Pinpointers are very valuable and underused. They don't cost very much, especially in T2. 800 metal a piece. So it's almost 1,000 metal. So it's not nothing, but you can get like 3 of them. And it makes it so all of the... Oh, these guys are gonna get shelled. Oh my, we're not going to be able to push in there. Unfortunately, our Razorbacks are getting shelled to pieces. That's not the best thing to have happen. We might end up having to counter that with a couple Vanguards ourselves, honestly. Just so that we can make sure they don't end up pushing us like this. A nuke launch has just struck our geothermal plant. At least it did not hit our forward base. That's the main concern. It is a loss. We did lose our front line, which means we are susceptible to pushes. So I am going to go for Thor's immediately and then put these guys on high priority, because we're going to start needing our T3 rapidly since we lost a lot of our front line. What an insane game this has been so far. Destruction across the battlefield. Unfortunately, we've had a rough game where we've been blown up multiple times. Partially to our own fault. We should have had a little bit of anti-air up, but I don't know if that would have helped due to the significant amount of air that was coming at us. They had so many bombers, and that does lend itself to being a difficult thing when it comes to rebuilding. They want to do a take. I would prefer, I mean, I don't know. Maybe his computer crashed, I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. Maybe his mom came into his room and yelled at him, pulled the internet plug or something. That could be the case. We lost him. There he is. He's gone. Now we got it. Just need one Thor. I am gonna bring up my comm because I have a feeling we're gonna need some D guns before the evening is out. I'm also gonna get a couple light laser turrets just to get rid of these ticks. Bro, he shelled all of my power away. You can't do that, mate. You can't. Okay. Well, that leads me to have to try to rebuild that. That's a lot of metal wasted. It's just been a bad day for me. I don't know what to say, guys. Bad day for me. If they send a push in, we're gonna be hurting. There is no two ways about it. And speaking of push, here it comes. I've got nothing to deal with this. All of my units have been killed. Oh boy, we are going to lose this one. Yeah, ping all you want, man. I don't have anything because all my stuff has been killed. And he's building artillery, but that's not gonna help. Our base is gone. Yeah, I think we've lost the canyon, boys. We have lost the canyon. We almost took him out. Not quite. Oh, and a nuke launches. Alrighty, boys. Well, there you have it. That's the end of that game, unfortunately. It was a painful experience for me. We took a heavy beating, and I don't see how we can make a comeback after the nuclear explosions, all the damage that we've received. It's basically over for us, unfortunately. Our air player got wiped. The only thing we can hope for is that red will push through and defend, but it does not look like that is happening. Another thing we can try to do is try to reclaim all this metal for our team and overflow it, but I have a feeling our one con is dead. Yep. There you have it. We can continue to watch, though. Watch the game with a little bit more vigor. I believe because green has such a strong canyon here that it is going to be over. There's a lot of metal here. That's funding half of green's army for sure. I knew after our base exploded it would be very difficult, and it has been shown to be true. We probably didn't take our full advantage of what we did have, so I will take the blame for this loss, I think. We could have built a few. We could have actually gotten a single, not construction, but a single transporter, and put a T2 con up here and built a pulsar up here. That would have been good. We could have gotten a lot of anti-air out. I should have been more aware of how much air our orange player had, and that could have helped us as well. After our first base blew up, though, I don't know that there would have been much we could have done. Blue's economy is looking fantastic, cranking out bombers. Oh, and he's the one launching the nukes. We'll see where this one lands. Oh, it was shot down. No avail. Decent economies on the back. That's a lot of energy storage. You probably don't need to do that much energy storage. This guy might be a newer player. Who knows? Let me see. A bunch of anti-nukes. I'm actually kind of surprised. They have been burned once or twice, I would guess. Pinpointers, fat boys, anti-air. He has enough to really wipe a lot of the front pretty rapidly. Taking some damage here. The vanguards trying to push in to a fight that is definitely against them. Vanguards do not have very high health. They're not a tank, they are an artillery piece. Unfortunately, they all just got destroyed by a couple well-placed titans. Ooh, we are being pushed on red's side. He is struggling to maintain his front line here. Several titans coming in. They're doing their best to hold off the push here, but it is quite an aggressive attack. Let's see what the economy difference here. Blue's economy is a little bit lower than Red's economy right now, but as things explode, our frontline positions are weakening. We used to have a massive economy advantage, but that has apparently dwindled down to nothing. The Juggernauts pushing in now, recognizing they have very little chance if they do not aggress immediately. It is now or never. As the economies start to collapse and the production falls on the front lines, they must make the most of the units they have built up. The Juggernaut being essentially a mobile nuke, creating havoc on the front, even an opening for any air that might want to fly through. Most of those air defense towers have been destroyed. And now a massive line of Titans push in. Little do they know that hundreds of T3 units await them on the other side. Our eco player cranking out Juggernaut after Juggernaut. Red trying to get some build power back up. Not quite making it quick enough. Green's T3 ends up falling back. Very concerned that they will go to no end, instantly dying if they push in. I'm sure a couple ticks have scouted and determined that would be the case. All these mammoths on the front line shredding the pawns. This is just a metal factory for whoever gets the reclaim here. And it looks like air is making a move. Whose air is this? It appears to be blue. No, it is Orange's air. He has made a decent rebuild. And another nuke has been launched. Will it be effective? Devastating. The front line has been crushed once again, creating havoc. Multiple frontline hits. Anti-nukes down. Yes, if you take a look on the front, these devastating holes are just going to be dug deeper as the game continues. We see a huge push of T3 coming in for a final blow on the red team's army. We'll see if they have what it takes to survive it. Pawns being blasted down, arbiters pushing in. These juggernauts trying to catch up to all of these razorbacks, but it may be too late. Some of the nuclear bombers push up, trying to shut them down. And Blue's air comes rushing in to take down a whole nother base. It will be too late. The bombs go off. 2 entire bases destroyed with a single air run. I think that will put the dagger into the back of the red team. Absolute destruction. Laser fire across the map. Massive battle mechs duking it out, pushing past the defenses of the otherwise near invincible Juggernaut. These Juggernauts not trying to catch up to them. Suppose they are not too worried about the game, as they probably view it is over. I'm sure we will potentially see a resign from the red team very shortly. We can check out the economy. It does appear their economy is dropping significantly. Blue pointing out the fact that he would like an anti-nuke destroyed. It is easily blasted through. Not that it matters, as the red team's economy is about to be exploded by a few titans. Not a commander on the front to be seen. The air player goes down. Massive destruction. And that's the economy right there. Only economy left standing is the red team. The last of the Mohicans. Summer XR being pushed on all sides. Tote man giving no D-gun, and they finally give the signal. The game is over. What a battle, ladies and gentlemen, what a battle. I hope you enjoyed watching our loss here tonight, or this morning. Obviously, I was hoping for the win, but you cannot guarantee it. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you appreciated that, and I will see you guys in the next video.